Hi there. Hello, everyone. It is Joe Zulek, ready to go live with our day 3. Hi and welcome. Joe here. Who's with me? Come on along and say hi. Send me some hearts, a thumbs up, an emoji. Who's here today? It's Joe Z getting started for day 3. So excited. Today's a big day. It's your most requested topic today. Who's here? Give me a hello. Throw me some emojis. Say hi. If you're watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let us know where you're logging in from. Today, we're talking about imposter syndrome. Hi, Heather Cooper. There's another giveaway today, too. Welcome, everyone. Say hello. Let me know you're here. So excited to get started. This one's a big one. This is a highly anticipated talk. This is the topic that seems to be on everyone's mind. Probably the most requested topic. Hey, Josie. Hey, Casey. It's so nice to have you guys here. I have some honest to goodness friends that are joining, and I feel like you guys are all becoming friends because we're so connected. And you're telling me some really intimate things about what you're going through, and you're sharing, and there's community in that. So it feels really like an honor to be here. So thanks for joining again for day 3. You guys are good. You're great. You're joining again. You're taking time for yourself. You're investing in yourself. You're learning new things. And you're here to learn about imposter syndrome and get some actionable tips for what to do about it. Not just to counteract that negative voice in your head that we talked about yesterday, but the persistent and sneaky beliefs that hold you back from your greatness. So, who here feels like they have a little bit of a problem with the old imposter syndrome? Or is it something that you've never really heard of before? The imposter syndrome is unfortunately rampant in our high achieving society, and it seems to really affect us women who are strong and sensitive. If you're strong and sensitive leaders like me, you can feel as a heart forward person receptive to the energy around you and how people perceive you. You care about what other people think, almost to a fault. And so this feeds our imposter syndrome. If you're just joining, hello, welcome. Joe Zuleika, day 3. It's the imposter syndrome day. And I love to see you guys joining. So many are here. Have you watched day 1 and day 2? Do you remember what that was all about? How are you liking Create More Confidence so far? I would love to hear some hell yes. We are talking about imposter syndrome today, and I'm going to give you the 2 reasons that we have it and 4 ways to combat it. I do that for Keach because she's taking notes. So the last 2 days, we talked first about emotional intelligence, why it matters, and how to get more of it. Yesterday, we talked about negative self-talk, which is a beautiful lead-in. It's almost like I knew it was going to happen, to today, which is all about imposter syndrome. And they are very close neighbors. Our negative self-talk and our negative beliefs feed each other. They're friends. So, yes, excellent. Welcome, Michelle Smith. We love having you here. So excited. Okay, so we are going to have a very rich session. I will give you tons of content. I want you to stay till the end today because today is another day where we have a giveaway. So if you're tuning in live, you can register for that giveaway, but you have to stay till the very end. Put your name in and I'll explain how that works so that you can get another little prize. Because we have fun here, don't we? Ladies, are you having fun? Even though sometimes the topics are a little bit dark and they take you back to feeling bad, hopefully you're feeling encouraged because there's so many techniques and tactics here for you. There's such a structure here to support you, and you can do it. You can totally do these things. They just take attention and intention to implement into your life. Okay, so imposter syndrome. What is it? It is that nagging self-doubt that eats away at you. It's the energy that keeps you churning and burning, having to scurry, always trying to prove yourself. It is the energy that has you keeping a facade on in place, out of a place of fear. It is the fear of getting found out as a fraud. as if you don't belong, as if you're a fake, as if you don't deserve what you have. It is the feeling of being outclassed, outsmarted, overreaching, out of your element. And it leads to you not only feeling unworthy, but then trashing on yourself and forcing yourself, like you're self-flagellating, to work harder, strive more, prove yourself, overwork, make it happen, cover for your mistakes, hold it all together, and it is exhausting. Who cops to that? You care about your performance, right? If you're a strong and sensitive woman, if you're a strong and sensitive leader out in the world and you are a high achiever, you care, right? You care about what people think about you. But the problem is when it gets almost to a default. And I see some of you, Mary Gregory says, yes, you do, and you care to a fault. It happens for a lot of us. Tina Smith says that you have it so bad in every aspect of your life, and so does Valeria. Hi, Rumi, welcome. We got some new people. Hi, Casey. It's good to claim it. It's good to just say it, like, this is a problem for me. You are in a safe place, right? You're amongst friends and strangers that care. So I'm going to identify it a little bit more because, like Tina said, she never heard of it before this call. I've had a few people say, what is that thing? Oh, Keach, I am so tired of it. And you're working on it, girl. You're getting there. Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit more what it feels like, what it's all about, so that we can really ID it, right? We can identify it. So, do you do the following things? Do you diminish your success with things like, it was nothing, really, it's no big deal? Do you downplay your success by saying things like, I was just lucky. I had really great mentors. I had a lot of great support. I was in the right place at the right time. Do you undermine your success? Like, yeah, I did a great job and I got a promotion, but I gained 50 pounds and I'm still single and I'm behind it everywhere else. Like you're almost trashing on things that aren't going well rather than accepting what is going well. Do you make yourself wrong for your success? Do you say, well, yeah, I did it, but I know I could never do it again. It was just like a perfect storm. I was so lucky. Do you disregard your own strengths and gifts as if to say, well, I have to be this way? It's not a big deal. It's not important. It's everybody can do this. I'm not special. There's nothing big deal about it. Or discount your strengths' importance. To say things like, you know what, if I didn't do this, I'd get fired. I just have to do this, as if it doesn't matter, right? So we're talking about diminishing, downplaying, undermining, making yourself wrong, disregarding your strengths or discounting them. Is that resonant for you? This is the truth that I want to share with you now. All of those things are not true. Everyone is not just like you are. Not everyone has your strengths, your gifts, your talents, your skills, your characteristics in your own special way. And you are not seeing your strengths. You can't dismiss them. Hi, Mandy. You just described everything I say. Dana says, yeah, disregarding the positives. Deanna, you got me. This is so me. Amy, I love it. I don't care what people think about me. Wow, we want to live where you do. Anne Marie says, all I see is I'm not special. I have no special skills. All right, we need to talk about where this comes from. Man, I would love to share an image with you, and I don't know if I can. Who's here in the group and can see the little meme that I posted about imposter syndrome? It looks like a yellow dot. I'm going to describe it. Imposter syndrome is this idea that there's this big yellow dot of all the things that I think everyone else knows, and inside that is a little blue dot of what I think I know. But what in reality is happening is you are in the center, your blue dot is in the center, everything that you know, all your skills, your experiences, your talents, your characteristics, the things that you've learned, your life experience. So Leah says she can't see it. Yeah, I'm not screen sharing this photo. I've never really tried it before to screen share. but we'll see if I get there. The idea is that the center here of the circle is everything that you know. And then there are all of these other little circles around that circle that touch your circle, like petals. And those are what Sue knows, and Martha knows, and Margaret knows, and Janine knows, and Janet knows, and Beth knows, and Andrea knows. And those things that everything those other women have, some of which you know too, and some of which you don't know. But that graphic shows that no one has the makeup of you. No one has what you have and all the little bits of all the other things that you know. Is that making sense? All right, great. I'm seeing in the thread that a few of you did see that image. If while you're in the live, you can see the image that we had, just see if I can somehow copy it for us. Maybe I can. So this is a really powerful graphic for how we need to see that we actually are uniquely made up of our own strengths. All right, so while I'm playing with this image, and maybe I try to put it in our chats, I was just trying to do it now. I'd like to, great, Leslie says she can see it, awesome. So speaking of flowers, I've got a beautiful little exercise for us all. So let's think about your favorite flower. Just pick your favorite flower, one type of flower. For fun, you can put it in the thread. What's your favorite flower? Okay, so while you're picking that flower, I want you to think, that's not just my favorite flower, that's me. I am that flower. Just be the flower for a minute, right? Be the daisy, be the lily, be the poppy, be the carnation, be the bird of paradise. Whatever it is. You got it? Ooh, lilac, a sunflower, awesome. Essay, wow, you're coming in from Africa. That's amazing. Peonies, hydrangeas, I love it. You're so expressive, purple hydrangeas. All right, so you are that flower, okay? Now I want to tell you something. See if this is a good aha moment for you. As you're thinking about that flower, you're not thinking, oh, but I'm not a sunflower, a poppy, or a daisy, right? When you're thinking about how beautiful this flower is, you're not thinking of what that flower is not. Are you following me? You're thinking about what it is. And that is the work here for us, is to see what is, not see what is not. Who feels like that's a hell yes moment? Because I feel like that's a hell yes. There's actually a beautiful quote that I found about flowers. Something like, the flower in the garden never competes with anything else next to it. It just blooms. That's our work here, ladies. It's like, be your own flower. Be your own blue dot in the center of so many other yellow dots. That's who you are. That's all you can be, and no one else can be it. No one else has your unique skills and talents to be that blue dot with all the yellow dots around it. Everyone is their own blue dot that touches a ton of other yellow dots. Don't be thinking somebody else is all that and you're only a tiny, small morsel, little sliver slice, because it's not true. That's what all those other people are thinking about you, who are putting yourselves together so hard that you are giving other women imposter syndrome because you're so slaying it out there in the world. Let's just flip the script. You following me then? I get a lot of hell yes. So the reason you have imposter syndrome is because you don't see what you are, you see what you are not. And it's a bad habit. That's all it is. It's a bad habit that we've fallen into. It's comparison. It's driving ourselves and striving and always benchmarking about something else outside of us. It's because you're not seeing what you are seeing what you are not. Who's here old enough to remember photographs in hard copy, like film, right? When you took pictures and you went to get them developed, You go through like the little drive-through kiosk at the supermarket, and you would get your photos back and you get the hard copies and you would get all of these negatives, right? And the negative would look so bizarre. It would be like you would see your teeth smiling looking black and your hair looking white because it was a photographic negative. We have been training ourselves all our lives to be looking at the wrong thing. We're looking at the negative. You tracking me? Okay, there's one other reason why we have imposter syndrome. I told you there's two reasons why. Number one is you don't see what you are, you see what you are not. And the other is you don't see yourself the way others see you. You're telling yourself some lies. And it's just a bad habit. Okay, so let's just take a minute. I'm going to take a sip of water and let you post. What's something nice that people say to you all the time that you don't really believe? Or tell me a compliment that someone tried to give you that you resisted recently. Something nice someone has said about you and you did not believe it. Would you type it? What's a compliment that you have trouble receiving? Like a common one, like it's probably true if you thought about it because enough people say it, but you don't really receive it. I want to hear it. I want to see it in the comments below. Heidi says, you're a good writer. Nandini, that I'm beautiful and smart. Leah, that I'm beautiful. Mandy, you're so accomplished. Deanna, you're so sweet. My partner says I'm sexy all the time. I love that, Emery. That's awesome. But it makes you embarrassed. Michelle, you're so beautiful. Kelly, you are so thorough. Amy Keach, you do light up a room. You can't take that in? Hi, Kimberly. You are so kind. Welcome. Hi, SA. You're beautiful. Casey, you're so successful. I mean, how many businesses do you have, my dear? Amy George, that you're pretty. Leslie Kelly, that you're the best mom. People say that to you. That's so nice. Casey says Heidi is a good writer. Amy Keach, you're so together. That you're a great mom, Casey. Yeah, keep bringing it on. Like, what do people say to you all the time and you think, I could be better. Seriously. You should see my kitchen. You should see what a hot mess I am in other places. I'm just lucky. I have the best kid, or I was given a lot of great opportunities. It's not really me. No, I'm not pretty. I used to be so much prettier. I'm old now, right? All of those things where you deflect, you discount, you diminish, you reject. I love seeing you claim them here. So, what if you were able to take that in? What if you were able to see yourself the way others see you? The reason why you have difficulty, it's really simple, is you just don't believe it, right? You don't believe it. So we're going to talk about beliefs. Little sidebar here as we talk about imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a belief that we're not good enough. So let's talk about beliefs. So keep following with me. A belief is not that powerful. It is only a thought that you think all the time. That's all a belief is. It's a thought you think all the time. It's a thought that you think all the time, so much so that you accept it as true. It's a thought that you just assume to be true without questions. Like, oh, of course, sky's blue. You know, I've thought that all my life. I was taught that when I was young. That's blue. Sky's blue. It's true. So it's kind of this assumption that you make. It feels normal to believe it. And it becomes an unconscious assumption in your way of being. You just believe that depending on what you were told when you were little or the messages that you got, that it's true. So these do often arise from when we were little, from our upbringing, from acculturation, from teaching, from indoctrination, from school, religion, government, our family, from authority figures, from parents, from adults with influence over our lives. and we just took it at face value. We were very receptive when we were little, and we ingested all of these messages, and we started to put together our self-belief. Are you with me? So, as you are an adult, it is now time for you to choose. You couldn't really think for yourself when you were little. And over time, we all got lazy with our thinking and just made these assumptions. We just started to fall into these habits of believing these things to be true. But as an adult, you are empowered to challenge beliefs that do not serve you. So you need to ask yourself, if these thoughts are disempowering and unhelpful and critical and limiting and demoralizing, do you want to do something about that? You can do something about that. It's not a foregone conclusion that they're just here to stay, that all of these gremlins have moved into the house of your mind and are setting up shop forever. You're letting them be there because you're thinking the thoughts over and over that are reaffirming those beliefs. So we can be afraid of underperforming. And so we can have these beliefs that we have to work hard, that we have to achieve more, that we're not done yet, that we need to, make a huge to-do list and get everything done, that we can't relax, that if we took a break, it would be lazy. We over-identify with our work as who I am, how good I am at the job, and how much praise and accolades and rewards and recognition I get externally reflects on me and my sense of self-worth. There's a problem with high achievers buying into that belief because it is never, ever, ever enough. The minute you get that next rung or that positive performance review or a pat on the back or a raise, it is a short-lived victory if you don't have positive self-belief, because you will sabotage it and say, well, it was about time. I'm probably the last one to make partner. Or, yeah, but, right? There's always a but. So if you're addicted to doing to avoid feeling failure, you're confusing effort with progress. This isn't about doing more. This isn't about performing better. This isn't about avoiding failure. This isn't about being better. It's not about progress. It's only about belief. So yeah, you're saying, yes, you need proof and validation. The problem is if your sense of worthiness and validation is really outside of yourself, you have no control over it. You won't really thrive from it because it's going to be short-lived. It will be yesterday's news. And it starts to fall into that trap of self-sabotage where you say, well, anybody could do it, or I was just lucky, all those other things. So you're seeing what you are not what you are, because your achievement is tied to some external measure of success. It's not internal, it's not controlled by you. All right. So the problem really is that you don't believe it. It's not that you're not doing enough. It's not that you're not striving or achieving enough. It's not that you're not smart enough. It's just that you don't believe what's already here. You don't see yourself the way other people see you. Leslie Kelly, I love you. I'm blowing your mind. Your sense of worthiness must come from within to last. It has to. Otherwise, you're constantly chasing things it's like ghosts in the future. It's like mist. And this isn't depressing, though. This should be really exciting because you are in control. You get to pick. You get to choose. You're not a kid anymore. You have this big brain. You have all these degrees. You have all this life experience. You have all of this ability to come and find me and be coached, right? You can learn. You are learning. So stay with me. Don't feel like this is out of your reach. You've got 2 things you're going to start doing and 2 things you're going to stop doing. You ready for me to now take you through the learning? Who feels ready? Bring it on. All right. I like to make it super simple because you can get a win. You can get a win today. You can start practicing it. If you did this every day for 30 days, you would be in a radically different place in a month. By the end of this year, people wouldn't recognize you anymore because you would be so at ease. Ready, ready. Two things you're going to start doing. Number one, you're going to start seeing the good. You're going to start seeing the good. I'm going to tell you exactly how, okay? Number one, you're going to start seeing the good by being more objective and seeing your successes. Now, there's one gal in this group who is a client of mine, and she already knows this lesson that I taught her. I told her she'd take a big piece of butcher paper and put it on the back of her office door. It could be her home office. That's all we have these days. And on that piece of paper, you're going to write all of your achievements, how far you have come, how different you are than you were 10 years ago, all of the things that you have accomplished. And I don't just mean degrees, which is huge. I mean all the other things too. All of the things that you've managed to accomplish in your life. Honestly, it's staggering when you see what you have done. Have you bought a house? Have you bought and sold cars? Have you parented? Have you taken care of an elderly parent? Have you grown a garden? Have you traveled? Have you learned new things? Have you read 50 books? Have you taken on a new job? Have you gone through a divorce? Have you gotten married? All of these things are things that you have participated in. See the good, what has gone well for you. See all of the things that are here. See that you had a positive impact somewhere in someone's life. See that you were capable of loving and surviving the death of a loved one. See that you stood for something righteous and had a cause, that you stood up for your values, that you made friends, that you were there for your friends, that you were a bridesmaid, that you were a best friend, that you were a sister, a mother. See all of the things that you have become, that you do, that you've achieved as successes. All the things that people would say like, wow, she's got it going on. Kind of just like play for a little bit. Like you're looking at the movie of your life and what kinds of things would people be excited to see happening? And next, while you're seeing the good, while you're making a list of all of the amazing things that you do, have, are, be, have made, have created, have learned, all of the amazing milestones that you have created in your life or endured in your life, now we're going to be more encouraging. This is the second part of step one, seeing the good. That diagram that is in our group, where what I know is in the middle and then what everyone else knows is around, I want you to make it in your journal and fill it out for you. Draw all of the things you know a little bit about with you in the center. All of the things, this Venn diagram, right? Where there's overlap of like someone else has expertise, but I know something about that. Someone else has expertise and I know something about that. Someone else has life experience and I know something about that. Someone else knows these things that you study or certifications that you get or degrees that you have, and I have them too. And see how uniquely made up you are of the blue dot that has all of these other things that no one else has. Honestly, if I want you to do that exercise so you can see it. There's power in actually putting it on paper and looking at it and having it be physical and be able to receive that, like your writing, which is a modality that teaches your brain, you're seeing. You can just breathe it in, read it in, see it and appreciate it. There's a reason why both of these exercises are physical. Like there's a piece of paper on the back of your door and you're filling in this beautiful diagram of how impactful you are, how much you have succeeded, how much you are arrived, how you are not an imposter, you are a success. Okay, so those are the first two steps of step one, what you're going to do to see the good. You're going to write it down in two different ways. And then the next one is like my favorite one. This is like a hack. This is a really, really good one. You ready? Focus outside yourself now. So that was all about seeing yourself and really kind of like trying to be objective about how great you are, which some of you I think will still have a challenge with that. You still feel like it's kind of squirmy. Focus on helping someone else. Many of you are women of a certain age and have accomplished a certain realm in your life. It's time to mentor someone else. Focus on contribution, not your performance. Focus on what you can teach, not how well you prove and show yourself. When you mentor someone who's newer or 10 minutes behind you in their career, you are teaching in a way that is supporting her growth and simultaneously showing you in your subconscious how much you know. Do you like this one? It feels great to lift someone else up, and it feels great to feel mastery, like, I actually do know a lot about this. So back in the day, when we could go out and have a cup of coffee with someone, we could ask a younger junior person at work if she'd like to go out for coffee and ask, how's your career going? What do you need help with? Where do you struggle? Is it with tasks? Is it with people? Is it with management? Is it with promotion? I might have something that I could share with you. Mentoring can really turbocharge your sense of value. Because now it's not even you on you focused on trying to accept yourself. You're actually providing something to someone else that is now reflected back to you. Being a mentor is so empowering. And it's easier for us if we're really hooked with how good we do. You don't have to do good when you're helping someone else. You don't have to pull yourself all together. You're helping. All right, so that's your second thing, is find a way to participate, to contribute, to offer to someone else. It's easier to be a participant than to be a winning over person that's avoiding failure. You know, you're not succeeding or failing, you're helping. This is a nice, easy entry point to seeing how really accomplished you are. Those are two things you're going to do. Here are the two things you're going to stop doing. You're going to stop comparing yourself to other people. You're going to start noticing it, and you're going to crumple it up and throw it over your shoulder. Compare and despair is what I call it. It never goes well. So the minute you see yourself comparing yourself to someone else, oh, there I go. Compare and despair. I don't choose that. Crumple it up, back over my shoulder. It's the way your brain tricks you into thinking that you're bad and wrong and whips you into action. Remember yesterday we talked about the saboteur? It's that part of yourself that keeps you small and stuck and safe and sort of like flagellates you or abuses you with negativity to sort of whip you into action because it's afraid you're going to fail, but it's not really the way to success. So just notice whenever you start to compare, like, not going to compare and despair. Just shut it down, crumple it up, throw it away. You might even have an image of it, like crumple it up, light it on fire, blow the ash. Do something to like get that going, like notice it, it's toxic, it needs to get out of your life. Oh, this is where I have I wrote the phrase down, a flower does not think about competing with the flower next to it, it just blooms. I knew I had it in my notes somewhere. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to be the daisy. You're going to be the sunflower. You're going to be that rose, the peony. Doesn't matter that you're not the poppy or the carnation or the lily or the snapdragon, right? That's not the thing. A flower is not supposed to be a different flower. Flower is supposed to be what it is, and that's your job. That is your job, to be the flower that you're meant to be and to bloom. Okay? Are you good with that? Do you think you can roll with that? Second thing that you're going to stop doing, stop being perfect. Stop trying so hard. Stop trying to do it right. Just give that stuff up. See life as a lab. It's a way to explore. So it's not a do or die high stakes situation. It's not like your whole career is going to come crumbling down. It's not like if one person, gives you a critique that everything in your career is for naught. You want to have the spirit of a growth mindset and kind of talk to yourself like, I'm going to give this a try. It makes me really uncomfortable. I'm really out of my comfort zone. I'm really afraid I might fail, but I'm just trying it out, just giving it a try. I'm just going to go try on some clothes, see if I like them, see if they fit. Nope, I don't. I'm going to put them away. Stay in that spirit of just try, like life is a lab. Because seriously, it is. What are we thinking that we're going to try to do it perfectly? When did we ever have any guarantee that there was one way of doing it and that it had to be a certain way? That is such a lie. Life is a lab. It's your laboratory to go express, to explore, to try something. And if you only do that for a moment, like, okay, in this moment, I'm going to try life as a lab, and then I'll go back to like hustling and trying to be perfect. Just give yourself moments of break where you're like, I'm going to write myself a permission slip. I give myself permission to play around here in this uncharted territory. So holding it together has got to go. Never wanting to make a mistake, hate messing up, hate showing your weakness, hate being exposed, uncomfortable asking for help. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. We're going to loosen that up. Life is a lab. Be like, you know what? I'm going to practice asking for help today. I'm going to actually ask for more information when I am confused. I'm not going to be afraid of looking stupid. I'm going to say, excuse me, could you slow down and say that in a different way? I didn't quite catch that. I'm sorry. Let's review that again. I want to make sure I got that right. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to not mess up or to have it all together all the time. That has got to go. Yep, you heard me, permission slip. You know who uses that phrase. It's our hero, Brene Brown. All right. Here's the truth bomb that I have for you. The irony of trying to be perfect and holding it all together and hustling to prove yourself and covering up your mistakes, being afraid of weakness, feeling like an imposter, trying not to expose your faults, all of that is weak. All of that activity to hustle, to strive, to prove, to buffer, to prove, to show somebody that you're better, to not show a weakness, to hold it together, to not make a mistake. It's actually weak. It's sort of bullshit energy that is putting a facade out rather than being real. When you're trying to prove yourself, you're coming from a really small place. And feeling small keeps you small. When you're not able to take a risk, you stay in this really tightly bound, wound up place where you're your own worst enemy. Are you following me? Tomorrow, we're going to talk about some of these tendencies of perfectionism and people pleasing and how these tamp you down. These are not your powerful places of becoming. They actually suck the energy down from you actually being able to be expansive and fun and creative and playful and innovative and collaborative and learning and designing. Those are the higher level ways of being at work in your life. And that other stuff about hustling to prove and trying to make sure no one sees that you're weak and telling yourself that you're not good enough and feeling like you haven't arrived yet and downselling all of your activities, all of your accomplishments is the lower frequency. It's amazing how formidable you are. It's amazing how much you've accomplished with that voice present because it's a drag on your potential achievement. Are you following? If you could actually get really comfortable with being at your outer limit and leaning forward, even into the unknown, even feeling like you might expose yourself, you are in the zone of more, not less, of being bigger, not smaller, of being a conscious creator, not a reactor and a striver and a prover. And you're going to have more fun and be healthier. You're going to let go of that knot in your stomach, that icky, nervous feeling you have that you put on every day when you're trying to prove yourself. All right. So who's getting a lot out of this? Who's excited? Who feels bold about what I've shared? Who feels like I am ready to try something new? I'm ready to start seeing the good and stop comparing myself to others. It's a practice. This stuff isn't rocket science, but you're not doing it. That's all you got to do is see it's not rocket science, so I can do it. Are we good? Are you feeling it? So who's feeling good about this? Who's ready for more? I would love to be able to take some time to share with you how you can apply these teachings even further into your life. It's sort of funny, like we're building this community, like I said at the beginning. We feel like we have like this collaborative energy. You guys are participating, you're seeing each other, you're seeing me, you're feeling me. I'm feeling you as much as I can through this little camera and through like a IM stream. But the real growth and progress happens when we are like together working on these types of things. So if you really want to take these thoughts and teachings directly into your life to be the leader that you want to be, if you want to relieve this constant tension and the stress of lack of confidence that you have, I have developed a leadership program that addresses all of this and more. So is it okay for me to share that for you? Share that with you? I want to tell you a little bit about it. So I'm seeing a lot of people say, bring on more, ready for more, awesome. I'm ready, but not feeling good. Amy George, you got this. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you a little bit about, and stay with me because at the end of this, we're going to do the giveaway. I have a program called the Completely Confident Leadership Program. And I want to explain why I call it completely confident. Are we ever completely confident? No. But there is a way of being complete with two halves making a whole. And my whole thesis is the way that we are great leaders in the world is by having this completion of the inside self and the outside self. What you and I are doing this week is we're working on the inner part, right? This is a work that I can do sort of like through a camera by inquiry and asking you where you're at. You're working on the inside part of your own leadership, your self-awareness and your self-mastery, your competence with your own self. And that's a big part of leadership. And what completes that half is the other half that makes it whole, which is then learning how to manage other people. So this is the Completely Confident Leadership Program. It is a 4-month curriculum where I teach you and coach you through all the lessons of personal mastery and then leadership ability. In that 4 months, you get 12 modules of leadership training. Half of it is on your self-awareness and self-management, like the lessons that we've done, but they're interactive and go so much deeper to do these things. I'll tell you about them. And then the other half is that once we sort ourselves out and we become really competent and aware of our inner self, we learn how to manage others. So what we have is the inner side is learning all about your values and your fulfillment, the reasons why you have defensiveness and your resistance to things, how to find your zone of genius, how to find the strengths as others see you. We actually do exercises that give you a real rock solid sense of who you are, how you tick, what you want to work on, how you can become more of that flower that you already are and accept it and love on it, and then work through that to be great in your field, whether it's just in your social sphere, in your work sphere, with your partner, with your family. So that is the key, is first working on ourselves. And then we get into the really juicy stuff that you so want to learn, but we're not even going to go there till we deal with ourselves. How do we resolve conflict? How do we have difficult conversations? How do we be direct with other people and not hurt the relationship? Do you know how to do that? How do you motivate a team? How do you delegate? How do you speak publicly? How do you lead out loud? How do you lead a meeting? How do you hear your voice in a meeting? That's the other part. Okay, so that is my core leadership program, and I've offered it to corporations for $6,000 for this content because it's super valuable. Believe it or not, I've actually taught just one of those lessons, the conflict resolution, for $5,000. It's a very valuable, rich, tangible curriculum. So it's high value. And of all these modules, when you join my program, you get lifetime access. You get to stay, you get the curriculum for the rest of your life. You get it for as long as my my whole modules are up there. It's a members only site that you have access to. But on top of that, what I love to do is then land the lesson with small group coaching. So I only bring 4 or 5 women in per cohort so that we really get to know each other and that I get to know you individually. And then we discuss those lessons week by week by week, and they build on each other. And in this way, you can actually apply the lesson to your life and get feedback about where you got caught or hooked or what you need help with. You can get coaching around it. You can get real accountability to learn it. And you have this impressive support network of women like you who are joining this amazing call, right? Look at how great you guys are. So applying these lessons in these powerful coaching calls, super value. I value it as $3,600, but I think there's probably even more value than that. But that's not it. On top of that, I like to do one-on-one coaching with each member of my group. Once a month, we meet just one-on-one for me to coach you, to do a deep dive and a consulting session just for you, so you get the outcome that you want. You're going to have individual goals and individual processes. So by adding those one-on-one sessions, you get personalized attention. And those 3 sessions that I offer once a month, once we get started, is $1,500 value. And then after you graduate from this program, only those course graduates are eligible to join my exclusive alumni community. We have this community for ongoing training and support where you get more curriculum, more support for what you've already learned at a low cost, and half-priced one-on-one sessions just for women that are in my private community. And I think that's super priceless just to have that community support. So all of the things that I've just listed for you is actually worth over $12,000. But I don't charge anything near that for my group program. I don't even charge a quarter of that for my group program. And what I'm going to do is, as a part of you joining this program and doing this curriculum ahead of time, I'm going to give you a special bonus if you sign up, because you are already that much further along for having done these lessons. I'm going to offer another deep dive coaching session for anybody who signs up from this group, which is valued at $500, where we're going to do goal setting and really turbocharge your start to get you clear on your goals and connected to the curriculum and ready to lean in. And you can book that call as soon as you start. So, as a summary, what this is this deep dive into your leadership where you get 4 months of curriculum in weekly training modules, paired with small group coaching sessions that answer all of your questions about the curriculum and get coaching around the lesson, monthly private one-on-one coaching calls with me, and when you join this weekend, you get an additional deep dive session with me to get you started. And all of that is like over $12,500. So I'm super excited to explain that that's what I'm all about. That's how I coach women and get these lessons landed and grounded inside them by doing this work over a period of time so that there can be a transformation. So if you're interested, I am only booking up to 10 women, and I am doing calls starting today all the way through the weekend. To find out more, you just hit me up at joeleader.com/apply, and you can see the entire offer there and a place where you can book a call with me, because I need to talk to you to make sure that what offer is right for you, and also what group might be right for you. If you sign up a couple of different groups, I want to know what time zones people are in and what they're interested in. So again, that's www.joeleader.com/apply. I'll put it as a link in our comments in this group. I'll also send you an email. I don't know if you guys have been checking. Every night I've been sending you an email with a replay. So I'd be so excited if you apply now. I'm offering this special discount only through this weekend. We close it on Monday, and then we get started coaching. So if you're in, you're in. And if you have questions, you just got to hit me up and call me. So you can book a call with joeleader.com/apply, or you can email me at joe@joeleader.com. If you have questions, I'm happy to email with you a little bit, but ultimately we should hop on the phone and make sure if this is an investment right for you. I think a lot of women are super nervous about investing in themselves. I just have to say, there is no greater thing that you can do for yourself than to work on some of the things that we're talking about and really start to see progress so that you can relieve yourself of the tension and the stress and the dread or the negativity that is dogging you. You can actually have this type of breakthrough, and it's just freedom. All right, so thank you for letting me explain a little bit more about that. Who's still here and ready for the giveaway? If you are in, I want you to type something fun in the comments below, and we'll do another fun giveaway tonight. I will announce it in email in our Facebook group, and we'll also tell you about it tomorrow. Type in the comments below, I believe in me. I believe in me. That's a nice affirmation for us to finish with tonight. If you want to be eligible for the giveaway. And in the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is dealing with perfectionism and people pleasing. They are two reactive tendencies that drag us down, that pull us away from our greatness, that we rely on to make ourselves feel like we're doing something big and bold, but actually are like holes in our bucket of water and draining our energy. We're gonna, if you feel like, you know, it's interesting, I posted it in the group, who has a problem with people pleasing or perfectionism or both, and it's almost equal. So I can't wait to give you this training tomorrow on both sides of the coin of being a perfectionist or a people pleaser or both, for how you can disarm those reactive tendencies, get into a more creative space. Deanna, I believe in me. She gave you a really cute Bitmoji. That's so cute. I believe in me. I love it. You gals, claim it. Believe in you and call me. If you want to connect more about your growth, I'm so excited. There are some women that are in this group tonight that are part of my group program. And so if you guys feel like it, you can write a little bit about what it's like to work with me, because you've already been through the Confident Leader program and you know what it's all about. All right, you believe in yourself. You believe so much in me. Virginita, I love it. Miss Zamora. Keep bringing it on. I'm going to close the doors on our free giveaway in a few moments. But what I'll do is keep it live for a little while, and I'll just say farewell to you, sending you so much support for your inner, strong, badass Wonder Woman self who doesn't need to be fed with the bad beliefs that you've been holding, that needs to find the new ways of seeing your strengths, to be the flower that you are and not care about what else is in the garden. And that's what I've got for you tonight, ladies. I'll see you tomorrow.